Snow fell softly on the platforms of the Moscow train station, glimmering beneath the dull winter sky. Steam rose from the engines like breath from a living creature, and through that mist stepped Anna Arkadyevna Karenina, elegant, calm, radiant. She had come from St. Petersburg to visit her brother, Stepan Oblonsky, whose marriage was trembling under the weight of his own careless charm. Anna's presence filled the room like light. Everyone who saw her felt it, the quiet grace, the warmth in her eyes, the poise that needed no effort. Yet within her heart, she did not know that this journey, so simple and kind in purpose, would change her life forever. Among the guests at the station that night was Count Alexei Vronsky, a young, handsome officer in the Imperial Guard. He had come to greet his mother, but when he saw Anna stepping from the train, his heart stopped. For a brief moment, their eyes met, a fleeting look, but one that carried something eternal. Anna smiled politely and passed by, unaware of how deeply she had already entered another man's soul. In Moscow, Anna's charm worked its quiet magic. She soothed her brother's wife, Dolly, who had been weeping over his infidelity. Her kindness brought peace back to a broken home. Yet as she prepared to leave for St. Petersburg, she met Vronsky again, by fate or by the hidden pull of destiny. That night, under falling snow, they stood together at the station once more. Vronsky confessed his admiration, reckless and bright. Anna tried to laugh it off, but her heart trembled. Then, as if the world itself gave a sign, a man fell beneath the train and died, a terrible omen that neither could forget. Anna returned to her husband, Alexei Alexandrovich Karenin, a high-ranking government official, cold, dignified, and utterly correct. He was a man of rules and appearances, incapable of passion or tenderness. Their marriage was like a painting hung in a museum, perfect from afar, lifeless up close. But Vronsky followed Anna to St. Petersburg. At every ball, every race, every social gathering, his eyes sought only her. The world whispered. She resisted, at first. One evening, during a glittering ball, Anna wore a black gown that shimmered like night itself. Vronsky approached, and when their hands touched, something beyond will or reason bound them together. Their love burned fast and fierce, a secret that soon became impossible to hide. The city talked. Karenin's pride was wounded but not his heart. "I demand respect," he told her coolly. "You may keep your lover, but not your scandal." Anna, torn between love and duty, tried to live two lives, but passion does not share its throne. While Anna's love story blazed like fire, another story, quieter, deeper, unfolded in the countryside. Konstantin Levin, a thoughtful landowner, struggled with the questions of life and faith. He loved Kitty Sherbatsky, the sweet young woman Vronsky had once courted before meeting Anna. Rejected and humiliated, Kitty had fallen ill, then found renewal through humility and time. When Levin returned to her, their love was gentle, the opposite of Anna and Vronsky's storm. Where Anna's heart burned, Kitty's healed. Where Anna's world fell apart, Levin's found meaning. Their lives moved in opposite directions, yet both searched for the same truth, what it means to love, and what it means to live. Anna's secret life with Vronsky could not remain hidden. When she gave birth to his child, society turned its back on her. Her husband refused a divorce, leaving her trapped, neither wife nor free woman. Banished from the world she had once ruled, Anna followed Vronsky to Italy, then back to Russia, where he tried to build a new life through his military career. But love, once sweet, grew bitter. Vronsky's devotion cooled under the weight of gossip and guilt. Anna, once admired, was now whispered about, avoided, pitted. Her beauty remained, but her joy vanished. She became restless, jealous, afraid. The world that had once bowed before her now watched her fall. At night, she stared into mirrors, seeing only the shadow of the woman she used to be. "He doesn't love me anymore," she whispered. "Without love, I am nothing." The tension between them grew unbearable. Every word, every glance became a wound. Anna accused, Vronsky defended. Their love, once their salvation, had become their prison. She began taking morphine to sleep, her thoughts dark, her heart heavy with despair. The city outside glimmered with life, but she felt none of it. Then one evening, after a bitter quarrel, Anna stepped out into the gray, rain-washed streets of Moscow. Her mind raced, fragments of memory, faces, laughter, tears. She remembered the train station, the snow, that first meeting. And then, standing on the platform, she saw again the flashing wheels, the rising steam, the symbol of all that had begun and all that would now end. "Now everything will be finished," she whispered. And she stepped forward. Far away, in the quiet countryside, Levin and Kitty built their life together, simple, honest, and full of meaning. Levin struggled with faith, with the purpose of existence. But in the face of life's cruelty, he found a truth that Anna could not. That peace is not found in passion, nor in pride, but in forgiveness, in the small, daily act of love. As he watched Kitty playing with their child in the sunlight, Levin understood what Tolstoy wanted all his readers to know, that happiness does not come from escaping life, but from accepting it. Anna's story ends in tragedy, but her spirit lives as a reflection of the eternal human heart, yearning, restless, and fragile. She was neither sinner nor saint, but simply human, a woman who loved too deeply in a world that would not forgive her. Tolstoy did not condemn her, he pitied her. For he saw in her the pain of every soul that seeks love without finding peace. In contrast, Levin and Kitty's humble life became the novel's quiet answer to Anna's torment, that true love is not fire, but light, not fleeting desire, but enduring grace. The snow returned to Moscow, covering the tracks where Anna had fallen long ago. The trains still came and went, carrying people chasing their own dreams, their own sorrows. Somewhere in the city, an old woman whispered her name. Somewhere, a man remembered her eyes. And above it all, time went on, indifferent, eternal. In the end, Anna Karenina is not just the story of a woman destroyed by passion. It is the story of a world where appearances mean more than truth, where love is both salvation and doom. Anna's tragedy was not that she loved too little, but that she loved too much, in a world that had forgotten how to forgive. And as the final snow fell upon the quiet Russian land, one truth remained unshaken. That every heart, no matter how lost, still seeks peace, and that love, though it may destroy, is the one thing that makes life real. Thus ends the story of Anna Karenina, the woman who lived and died for love, and whose heart still beats through the pages of time.